What is up, everybody? This is the mics are hot. What is up, everybody? I am Matthew Holt. I am with the lovely Bree down here in Wind Rock in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. This is our season opener. Today we're going to start with some side-by-sides, and we got a little VIN class we're racing. I am so stoked to finally be racing again. Man,
it feels, I don't know about you. I know you've been real busy with lots of other stuff in the off-season. Everybody has, but it seems like a long time ago already.
It does.
Finals in October. I don't know. I'm glad to be back with my race family. Glad to be back with Hillside Live and all you guys joining us at home. Greg Meadows says race season is here. Absolutely. It is. We are at Wind Rock Park this weekend, kicking off the NRRA race number 1 for the 2023 season. Thank you guys for joining us. And we have our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. We have our VIN/beater class, we also call it. And then we have our RCV Axle Unlimited UTV class as well, all running today, Hills 1 and 2. Matt,
a lot of racing.
Tell us about what the hills and the environment out here are like now.
So, unfortunately, we got a little bit of rain last night. I drove through like a monsoon to get here. Lots of rain today. We're going to get a little rain probably later today. I've seen a half dozen drivers with the weather app like comparing phones to see who has the best update on the weather. We might get a little more showers coming today. It's really wet, really muddy behind us. Again, if the sun comes out, it dries up. It'll be a pretty tough course for tomorrow for the big bouncers. If not, it's going to be a very wet, muddy course. These are pretty steep hills behind us. We have a couple rock ledges. The very last course for course 2 today is going to be pretty tough. So it'll be interesting to see how that mud plays in. So I'm kind of interested to see how it'll play out. Again, running order always plays a toll. So obviously we have our lineup we did. We'll be doing that on Sundays at 8 p.m., the Sunday before our race, so everybody can watch the live feed. Live feed does play a role in how it comes in, because if it does start raining later today, that course is going to get even more wet, even more slippery, so that could cause some problems later on. So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds today. Again, today we'll be doing side-by-sides. We got Cup Series, stock class. We have our VIN class. I see we got our VIN guys already backed in. They were down here checking out the course this morning. We actually kicked off a few minutes early this day.
Yeah, Clyde's, keeping an eye on that radar and trying to just get things moving and keep them moving as fast as we can and hopefully beat the worst of the rain today. But you know what? Racing in the rain is nothing new for anybody that's been around this for more than 5 minutes. And you know what? Normally we're breathing in dust out here, so changing it up a little bit for 2023. Sean Keller says, looks nice and gloomy like Oregon. It does. It kind of feels like that right now. It doesn't feel like Tennessee today.
Yeah, a little breezy.
Janet, hope to see you all tomorrow. Yeah, I know a lot of people probably took a look and were like, I think I'll just watch the live feed today. Tomorrow does look like it's going to be some nice weather. So either way, we're going to have a fun time out here at Wind Rock Park. We are in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. That is Oak Ridge area, if you guys aren't super familiar with that. So a little bit closer to home for me. I'm a Middle Tennessee native. So
how far a drive was it for you?
It's 3 hours.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That is not.
Yes. So somebody do a little testing and tuning out there. Yeah, for me.
See if we can get this white truck out of
coming from Central Illinois, it was like 8.5. So, oh really? So we got Okay. So that we were getting word that's Justin Hoback's new recovery rig. He said.
Fancy.
He's also going to race in the VIN class with it, so that'll be exciting.
Okay.
Again, we got both of the Hobacks here as usual, helping out with the different stuff. Zach, our announcer, you'll hear on the microphone, I'm sure, later today and tomorrow. He's pretty honoring. He likes to
You'll definitely hear Zach.
Keep the crowd entertained.
I think we've got the whole band back together for this season.
I know Bill's here. He has a little intercontinental trek he's doing later this year for about 2 months.
That's right.
So he'll be off for like 2 months. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be during our summer breaks. We won't miss him too much. But
he's going to have a big adventure.
Yeah, he will. So, again, hopefully he'll be off during our time where we're having our summer break. So we got 3 races coming up in March. So we have a very busy March for those of you following the series.
We are starting off strong this month. We'll be in Disney, Oklahoma next weekend for our second race event, and also the Big Meets Run will be happening at the same time.
Which is a lot of fun. Again,
I have never been out there for that.
It's a good time. Me and my brother and my dad and another buddy of ours went probably 10, 12 years ago, went out there, took some Cherokees out, some Jeeps out, some side-by-sides, and it's a lot of fun. It's similar to like wheeling and partying, so it's kind of just a lot of fun. A lot of people, again, Viagra, a lot of people meet at noon, was like the unofficial time everybody meets, and that's when guys start trying to make the course. Some do, some don't, which is kind of the fun part to watch. It's a lot of fun to watch guys tear their stuff up versus the guy who usually is tearing his stuff up, so it's a lot of fun. It's a really good time. So
well, we're gonna have all that plus all of our racing. So we will overwhelm Disney Oklahoma once again, like we did at finals, I'm sure. So it's gonna be a good time. That's next weekend, and then a weekend off, and then after that we will be at.
Give me 1 second, I'll tell you.
Oh, I'm faster than you. Wildcat. Ha.
Yep. I was thinking it was Wildcat.
Old school pen and paper, baby. March 24th and 25th, we will be at Wildcat in Kentucky. So hopefully you guys, you can always go to rockracing.com and see the full schedule of events, as always, and hopefully you can find one that you'll be able to make it out to in person. If not, as always, we love for you to join us here on Hillside Live and catch all the racing action. What has everybody been up to during the off season here? What'd you do over your winter time, over your winter break? A lot of our drivers are going to be driving something we did not see them in last season.
Yeah, and we have some new drivers too.
We do. We have a lot of new drivers.
We do.
Today.
I was going through a list like, wow, that person's new or that person's new. So the Gold Rush buggy's here. So excited about that. The Gold Rush Reclaim, the Gold Rush 2 is here.
Yeah, I seen it.
He'll be racing that, as well as he said my son, who's 18, 16, 18, might be bringing a buggy tomorrow to race.
Okay.
He said they have the original Outlaw buggy, so they might be bringing that to race tomorrow. He said, so how do you guys enter if you have a late registration? I said, well, you can come up. I said, literally, you come up and enter the race at the driver's meeting. Unfortunately, new entries used to go, first, kind of a penalty for them, but unfortunately, it was kind of nice for the other drivers. Then last couple of years, we've let whoever drew the number one vote gets the choice of do you want them to go first or last, because sometimes it might be an advantage to have them go last. Again, if it starts pouring on rain, you want to get your run done as soon as possible.
Yep.
He said, well, that's good because I drew number one, so I get a vote whether my son goes first or last. He should probably go last. I said, all right. Perfect. I said, that worked out really handy.
It sure did.
That's kind of cool. So to see that here, again, we were talking about the Plowboy 3, Plowboy 4, whatever it is.
Yeah, last I saw it, it was when I named it Screamin' Green.
Yeah, Screamin' Green, yeah.
Blue Bash, I think, however many years ago.
I think that's the only other time I've seen it race.
I'm not sure
Richie Keith
calling it now.
brought it to a race, but then they have some issues. They couldn't get it. Something was wrong with it. Couldn't get it working right.
Yeah.
So they didn't have a race, and even though they brought it to a race, shortly after that, I think Richie Keith sold it. Ethan Tanner had it for a while. Now it's going to be racing tomorrow. We have several new buggies out. I seen the new 8-up buggy. I'm pretty excited.
You know what we need to do? We need to try and get a nice walk around of the pit area tomorrow and show you guys. We will try and put together a video that we can play if we have a recovery or something like that, so that you guys can have a better idea of everybody that's here at Windrock this weekend. I haven't seen a lot of our bouncer drivers either aren't here yet or in the campground, still. So I had this planned where I was going to ask all the new drivers to come see us after the drivers meeting so we could put names and faces together, and then we were trying to get everything going really fast and beat the rain here, so that didn't happen.
Yeah, and again, there's a handful of them were here shock tuning yesterday.
We will learn as we go today, and Zach is doing Zach things.
All right, we got our first driver up. Nope, just kidding. They're getting him ready, I think.
So we are going to start off with the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. We've got Clint Garrison. Clint was a late entry, so he is in the number one spot, like Matt just talked about. We've got about a dozen drivers in the stock class today. Then we're going to go into our VIN class, and then we have a big list of drivers for our UTV Unlimited class. Going to be a full day of racing, guys. Thank you for joining us here on Hillside Live. We are at Windrock Park in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. We've got Clint Garrison ready to start us off. First run of the day.
They say this Clint Garrison? Okay.
Not what we saw him in last season.
Again, I saw him doing some testing and tuning in his big bouncer this offseason. He was absolutely having that thing dialed in.
There was a lot of pre-running happening on the hill earlier. So.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'd say a handful of the drivers anyway. It was several of the same ones made multiple laps. That is something that our drivers are able to take advantage of. Getting here early on race day, they have that option to do some pre-running at certain times.
Woo, a little bouncy. There you go.
Oh, man, who put this tree there? Can't see.
All right. The trick is to push down the pedal on the right.
49.032. That's our first time of the day, our first pass of the day. Clint Garrison, you're watching the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class.
He's coming back down the hill really slow like we hope everybody does. Very, very safe. Yeah, I mean, I guess
We've got, sounds like Eric Hagan also found a microphone and is joining Zach, keeping our spectators entertained.
Oh, yeah. And those two together, I think, will be very interesting today.
Who's the next sucker driver? Who's the next driver? Oh, all right.
We've got Braden Upchurch on the line.
What up, Church? Y'all know that famous singer out of Nashville? Yeah. No relation. Not even close.
It does sound like a country singer's name, doesn't it?
It does kind
Braden
of.
Upchurch.
Go. Good luck.
Yeah, you can see how slick it is there.
All right. If you have placed a bet on him rolling over, betting is closed.
The betting is closed.
Zach.
He's got his lights on for safety. That's right.
This is the first time that we've had ankle-deep mud out
Yeah.
here at Windrock in a long time, and we've been racing here for years. I don't recall. Uh-oh, Braden's
Hey, look, I didn't feel good about
wrong
that
way.
either. Back
Up the hill, Braden.
No. Back
Ooh, I don't see those back tires spinning.
down. No.
So we like to talk about the different parks that we go to and how the terrain plays into the courses that we're able to make, and they all kind of have their own personality. Windrock, of course, known for the giant wooded hills.
Yes.
There are two spots in the park that we have historically raced at. The last couple years we've been over here on this same hillside.
We're going to need that to get the seat out of there.
That's a 67.063 for Braden Upchurch. And I believe we've got Scotty Harden on the line. But, yeah, the big hills here at Windrock, that's definitely kind of the characteristic that this park is known for. One cool thing about Windrock, if you've never been here, it's 73,000 acres this park is. Scotty Harden off the line there.
Again, talk about the acreage. It's absolutely incredible. Coming here to wheel, you can wheel the whole thing.
You can get lost.
You can come out and wheel all day and never hit the whole thing. It's crazy. Again, I tell people they have 2 general stores. That's how big this place is.
Windrock is the largest privately owned off-road riding area in the country.
Really?
Yep.
Largest
When you think about 73,000
privately.
acres, it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Largest privately owned in the country.
They've got riding trails, of course, camping, side-by-side rentals, hiking, mountain biking, shooting range, general stores, all kinds of stuff. So come check out Windrock Park if you've never been here before. We're having a great start to our racing weekend here right now. We've got Scotty Harden out on the course. We are in the Rock Life Off-Road
Come on.
stock class right now.
Again, you can't see how off-camera that is just from the camera angle, but it's
Especially taking some full bodies up there.
yeah. 5.8.761.
So Clint Garrison put down a 49. He was our first driver on the course. That is the time to beat right now.
I think we got a 4, a 5, and a 6. It really doesn't matter. Those guys are mediocre at best. Oh, crap. Mike's still on.
All right, we've got one of our new drivers on the line now, Clay Mangum. First time racing with the NRRA. Drifting that corner a little wide, but you know what? It looks like he's making it work. I think there's going to be a lot of corner drifting going on today in this
I think so too.
nasty mud.
And again, I think tomorrow, if we do get a bunch of rain, you're going to see the same thing tomorrow with the bouncers. Oh, there we go.
This is definitely one of the courses where being in the top handful of drivers, or at the top of the list
Yes.
to go, is definitely going to be a benefit.
Definitely going to pay off.
Somebody with some waders on to put that flag back up.
Oh, man.
You guys can't tell how much mud is flinging off these side-by-sides as they make that corner.
Oh, I think he's got to go up a little higher.
Little squirrely there. Again, when you stop and hammer on it like that, it can dig ruts. So that's sometimes not good for the guy going directly behind you.
This is a zero traction kind of day and kind of hill.
There you go. Totally redeemed yourself. Yeah. All right, you're going to have to hit that thing like this.
Go, baby, go.
There you go.
There it is.
I like his cage, too. That's a pretty cool cage.
All right, that was Clay Mangum. Let's see what his time is.
That's a
127.054 for Clay Magnum.
Know what? He's out the top. Nothing broke. First race with us. Sounds like a pretty good day to me. We got Chastity Heckley tuning in with us online, and I believe we've got Daniel Heckley on the line. So last year for our 2022 season, Daniel Heckley finished third overall in the stock class, and it was his first year racing stock, right? Yeah, last year was.
And Brandon Davis finished second.
They were going back and forth.
So it's funny because that's how they were in the big bouncers, too. All season they were tackling back and forth.
There's a shot of our pit area down here. You see a lot of tarps, a lot of umbrellas, a lot of canopies.
Yeah, a lot of umbrellas out there.
It's not raining right now.
Great shot of the pit area there. Again, coming through that race line arch. Again, that's Jack with Delta Drone Works. He's one of our drone operators down there showing us some love. He does a great job for us. Again, that guy is constantly dodging debris as it's flying back at his drone. Between us, through the trees, over the woods to Grandma's house he goes. Again, this is the season opener this weekend for the National Rock Racing Association. We're here at Oliver Springs, Tennessee. Looks like we've got is somebody pulling the line?
What?
I'm seeing them. I thought I saw a buggy moving back there. Thought we had somebody pulling the line.
It should be Daniel. I believe there's. Yeah, they're fixing the banner on that corner.
Oh, okay.
That got taken out during the drift.
I think we're going to see some bouncers tomorrow really fly around that corner, especially if we get more rain tonight. Yeah. Guys with rear steer, I think, is going to definitely send it.
That just reminded me of when we saw. Oh my gosh! I just blanked on his name. Who rolled down the hill? Who got the Skinny Pedal Award
last year here?
The bouncers, yeah. Oh my gosh! I can see his face.
Brian Bebo Watt?
No, it wasn't Bebo. It was.
We had a handful of guys.
It was the Hitman. It was the Hitman buggy. Oh my gosh! I can picture his face, but I can't. But somebody help me. First race of the season, guys. I'm getting dialed in still.
We had a lot of rollovers last year.
But he won the Skinny Pedal Award.
Okay.
It put the Hitman buggy out for a while. Somebody will help me online. Anyway, speaking of Skinny Pedal Award, I talked to Jonathan Shepard, and he has very generously offered to once again partner with us and continue that Skinny Pedal Award for the 2023 season. So we are going to be keeping an eye out at every race, just like we did last year, and bringing you some of our contenders that you can then vote for, and they will be getting an awesome trophy from Jonathan Shepard. I had fun with the Skinny Pedal Award last year and watching those.
I love that you're watching a side-by-side with wide open throttle just barely squeak up this hill. That shows how really slippery it is up there.
Daniel won a Skinny Pedal Award last year.
He did. Again, that's something you like, a trophy that you're proud of, but you're not happy to get. You know, you're like, oh, man, I got a Skinny Pedal Award. Because usually if you're getting that, it's usually not a good thing.
Those are some sweet trophies.
They are. They really are.
We'll see what he comes up with for this season.
Oh.
That's what Big Booty Judy sounds like when she comes out of gear all the time. It's her favorite trick.
I say, speaking of Big Booty Judy, I saw you doing some side-by-side playing the other day.
Yeah, we had a little playing. We got my nephews ace,
Ace.
which feels like you're doing bumper cars or something when you're in a little ace. And then we had Judy out there getting a little seat time. Oh, man, the wind's picking up.
It looked like you guys were having a good time.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was Daniel Heckley out the top.
Survey says
That's 79.740. Not a bad time considering that he had a little struggle down here in the middle of the hill. And I do believe we're going to have to get our timers reset at the top of the hill. I think we've got another one of our new drivers. According to my list, this is Tanner Garvin.
Okay. I see a few drivers down there with their helmets on, so.
Taylor, that is helpful whenever you find that out. Just for all of them.
When a buggy's, you have 5 black ones in a row all covered in mud, it's a little hard to tell.
Well, and when they're new drivers,
yes.
and we're not used to what we're seeing out here.
And again, we had quite a few drivers down here.
So this is Tanner Garvin.
And we had several drivers down here pre-running, playing, practicing. And then obviously once you have 4 or 5 guys down here playing, having a good time, that you start getting a crowd.
Winrock never disappoints for having an awesome crowd of spectators out here. One great thing about the race area here at this park is we're basically in a bowl.
Yes.
And the hillside is on one side of it, and then our spectators can all have an awesome seat and a nice view from the other side. Safe, but a good view still.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a really great area and a way that we can set things up here at Winrock. And in spite of the weather today, we've got a really great crowd out here.
We do. And again, it is an overcast.
And it's a Friday afternoon.
Yeah, and again, it's a good overcast right now. So I like we got a good overcast. So it's a little bit of shade, nice light breeze. Hopefully it doesn't get too cold. And the rain holds off again. You can see how muddy that bottom is down there. He's trying to, Daniel swung it real wide right there.
Just sliding.
Again, I think you're going to see the bouncers definitely fly through tomorrow. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He's got, yeah.
Holback said he has 2.5 wheel drive.
I think he's just got 3-wheel drive right now.
And hit a good run at it.
I don't know if this is a 3-wheel drive kind of course. Not with this mud.
Yeah.
I guess.
If you had enough momentum, maybe. But again,
he's definitely going to have to back up.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to get a good. Because in that lip, you can see right under that front driver's side tire, that little bit of a lip there is what's hanging them up.
Wait a second. Now that one's spinning.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier said than done when you're out of the vehicle and spectating like we are. When you're in there, it's hard to see, especially once your visor gets covered in mud. Hard to see, what you're hung up on or which tire's spinning or not. And
we have seen several drivers add headsets to their helmets.
Yeah.
I know I have one of my previous helmet. I bought a new one this year at Hammers to have a headset in there because being able to see, hey, a foot right or a foot left makes a big difference when you have that nice drone 3D shot. It's a little bit easier.
When you're strapped in and you have a Hans device on, you're not.
No.
You can't see. Your range of motion is extremely limited. And then when you're going uphill, you really can't see that well.
I tell people it's similar to like a fighter pilot. You're strapped in, you can only see a certain amount. So it's you can you have a 5-way harness around you or a 6-way harness. You have a full containment seat, shoulders, head, your rib cage side. So, again, you have kind of that fighter pilot view. You can see what's directly in front of you, but you can't see a whole lot more, again, once you get your headset strapped in or your helmet strapped in with your Hans device on. What's up, Mom and Paul? Tuning in to watch us on Rock Racing TV. I see we got quite a few people tuned in. Where's everybody tuning in from today?
Hey, you know what? That's a good point, Matt. We forgot to remind everybody to watch from Rock Racing TV. Not the SRRS page that we used to watch from.
Yep.
Some people might still be going to those other pages. So If you want us to be able to see your comments and interact with you, make sure you're watching from that Rock Racing TV Facebook page. That's where Matt and I are watching from. And we want to be able to answer y'all's questions and chat with you. So come join us over there.
I know there were several people that asked me in the pits, hey, where do we watch from? Because they were wanting to text people back home and tell people back home where to watch from, especially some of our newer drivers.
Yeah.
Side by side and the bouncer class.
All right, so y'all head over to that Rock Racing TV Facebook page. We will be right back after this.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Come on. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. Come on. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
It's because I have an iPhone. iPhones are the best.
Matt's getting the look.
I don't like to brag, but iPhones are the best.
I mean,
Taylor, what do you have? Oh, that's right. He has
that's
an
the best you can do.
He has the iPhone, too. All right, Dan Carter. We have Dan Carter sitting on the list with Dan Carter Racing. Again, you can follow him on all the social media sites. He does a great job of promoting his race program. He races about a dozen different vehicles. No, all kidding aside, Dan races several classes. He has a couple different vehicles he races with, so
all the classes.
He races literally all the classes.
Dan is definitely a fun one to follow on social media.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't done that yet, Dan and Jody, I'm going to call her his race program manager.
I would concur.
She was messaging me like, "Hey, do you have the running order list?" And then I sent her the wrong one, and I didn't realize until this morning. So we're going back and forth, but she keeps everything on point. She's got her spreadsheets, on the iPad and. But yeah, Dan is in all of our UTV classes.
Yeah, and added VIN class this year.
That's
right. I don't know if he's doing the full
What's
series.
He driving?
I see a couple of Cherokees out there, so I'm going to guess a Cherokee. Oh, I think it is a Cherokee because I saw him and Jody walking through a pull-it yard.
Starting line down. Starting gate
Oop.
down. That's all right. We got our people for that.
Yep. Did it deflate maybe?
But anyway, Dan's always got something fun. He's posting and
part of that
I'm gonna
rock.
say cute videos.
Yeah,
Dan might not appreciate if I say cute.
I think he would. Part of that Rock Life off-road
so
crew.
y'all go find him on Instagram.
I think he's running those Super Grip tires as well. 72.825.
And Dan was 5th place overall for the stock class last season. What's up, James Kintro? That's right, we got Jay Shaw joining us today.
Heck yeah.
He was a late entry, too. I think he's going first in the unlimited class. I think he volunteered.
James posted a video of him just sending it at King of Hammers a few years ago in his 4400 car. I made a joke. I was like, what crazy guy would send it that hard? And then I put James into the chat. It was just him and his 4400 car just ripping through there. I loved his exhaust in that car. That motor just screamed. I remember watching him at Justin Hoback on the line.
It's always easy to know who's on the line when we have the four-seater pull up. What do we name? Big Bertha. That's it. Justin Hoback got 4th overall last season.
With a full body.
In Big Bertha. So she can get things done at Big Bertha.
Greg Meadows, Paintsville, Kentucky. Where's that in Kentucky? Is that Eastern Kentucky?
You know what? Speaking of last year and Justin, at finals.
Yes, I was thinking that.
Man, he had a very rough landing and actually broke his back. So to see him back out here just a few months later, obviously that's so awesome to see. Not only that he is fully recovered, but also still racing. And then his daughter Clara is going to be racing tomorrow in our youth class. And the Hobacks are generous enough to let me often travel with them.
Yeah.
I didn't today because I was close enough to drive myself, but travel with them in their RV, and I've got my own little bunk in there. I stay with them for our overnights. So yes, super thankful to them. They live not too far from me in Nashville area, and Big Bertha is out the
top. Just getting with it.
81.233. That was Justin Hoback. Haley tuning in saying first time enter since finals. Woo! I don't know if you think Justin was a little nervous, Haley, or is he over it and ready to rock and roll?
I don't know. I wasn't sure if he did he come down and test and tune a little bit?
I don't think so because it was still on the trailer when I pulled into the park. All right, I think Dylan Dowler out on the course now. Dylan also not too far from me in Middle Tennessee area, Chapel Hill, I think. He's zipping through the course pretty good.
The Holbacks usually bring a pretty good crew to each race. They roll in pretty deep.
Spun that back end round. Oh, goodness, there's a tree.
Oh, that kind of mud, it's a little slippery.
You know what? Sometimes it's hard to get things pointed where you want them when you're sliding in the mud. Your steering wheel is covered in mud and slippery. It's just difficult, guys. If you've never been driving and been in race mode, it's hard to understand. You're like, why are they hitting the trees? Why are they backing up?
He's sideways.
Why are they getting off the course?
Yeah. I say, speaking of that slippery and tree, just clip one and I for sure thought he was about to roll over. So
I have had my steering wheel get so muddy before that I couldn't even handle it.
61.350 for
what's
Dylan
crazy?
Dowler.
Clint Garrison was our first one on the hill, and he still has the fastest time of a 49.0. I think being a late entry and going first today worked in his favor.
I think it did too. Again,
it doesn't often, but today with this hill and this mud.
And he started out racing a stock side-by-side years ago. Again, done very, very well, and now is upgraded to a big bouncer, so heck of a wheel guy. Greg says it's near Hollywood, near Rush. Okay. I went to school at Eastern Kentucky University. That was in Richmond, Kentucky. So I have a little bit of layout of Kentucky. I went.
What? Oh.
I know.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
No.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Disregard that, everybody.
Yes. We're talking about our leaderboard with Taylor.
Confused.
And it's so funny because anybody on the radio system or anybody in the broadcast booth we can hear them, but they can hear us when we talk on our mics. Unfortunately, you guys cannot hear them, so you just hop in mid-conversation.
Probably not, unfortunately. It's probably for the best.
It really is.
I'm sure it sounds a little weird sometimes, though, when we answer questions that you don't hear on the live feed. Haley said Justin was probably a little nervous, but nerves are gone now. Yeah,
I'm sure.
Makes sense. Hopefully he's feeling good.
It probably took
good about it, physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Back for round 2. There's Dylan over there.
He came down just giggling. He's laughing with Daniel Heckley.
Jay Stewart's last season was Jay's first time in the stock class as well.
Again, he races a big bouncer with us called Ford Play. I always try to make sure I have that pronunciation very clear. Ford. Yeah, and he sells wood. For those of you needing firewood or something for your cabin.
A detail that Zach never misses a chance to point
I'm
out.
sure.
Where's he going? There you go. Missed a turn. There it is.
You know, when you're in race pace mode, you're going. It's nice to have a lot of tape. Because
yes, tape helps.
When you pull up a piece of tape, you're like, I know I've went too far. Mistakes were made.
Yeah.
uh,
56.613 for Jay Stewart's. You guys can see the wind picking up out here.
I just heard him say our Blue Art timer's over. So.
Oh no. Need to pound those into the ground a little bit or something. I'll let our engineers handle that out there.
Yeah. I restocked the Snacky Snack Bowl. Priorities. I got licorice. I got candy bars.
I got liquor.
I got candy bars.
Licorice isn't much better though. Ugh.
Well, it's a Rule King licorice, so it's like pretty good stuff.
I have Godiva chocolate in my
Oh
backpack.
man, that's just rude. I tell you.
Leftover from Valentine's Day.
That's okay though. That's like the best.
Waste not, want not.
The best part is going to Valentine's Day the day after.
Heck yeah, that's what I did.
We go to there's a Walgreens right in the corner. Go there. Day after, get half off.
Scoop up all that 50% off.
Half off, 3/4 off. The Valentine's Day candy. Absolutely. I'm like, because a heart-shaped Snicker still tastes just like a Snickers bar.
All right, guys, we should have about 2 drivers left in our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of our new drivers, Justin Mitchell, on the line. You probably have seen the wind picking up here, though, and we are getting a couple timers and things reset after that last strong gust of wind. So after these last couple drivers go, then we have our VIN class that we're going to run, and then we've got our UTV Unlimited class.
Again, last year was the inaugural year of our VIN class. We did pretty well with that. Had a lot of fun.
Oh, here he goes. Justin Mitchell is what I've got on my list.
You're doing great. Good job.
All right, let's. Oh.
A little wide.
Oh.
There you go. Keep going. Keep going. You're doing great.
Go, baby, go.
All right, that was a pretty smooth run. Let's see what his time is.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at?
50.924. That was a very smooth run, and I believe that's a second place time right now. Clint Garrison still with the fastest 49.0, and then Justin Mitchell just now with a 50.9. And let me do a quick scan, and it looks like that is our second place time right now.
Clint Garrison first, Justin Mitchell second, Jay Stewart's is third, Scotty Harthen fourth, Dylan Dollar fifth, Jerry Nutchurch is sixth, Dan Carter seventh, Justin Hoback's eighth, Clay Magden is ninth, and I think we have, 2 more?
Brandon Davis is who I've got left, and unless we had any other late entries. So we'll find out. Who's in third right now? Jay Stewart's?
He said just throw it.
So our drone crashed, and they're recovering on it.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. He said put it back.
Okay, so it drops. Okay. So he mud on the lens, so he just dropped it. That way it was out of the way. And he was trying to get it off the hill, and he's like, just throw it. Zach's up there yelling, just throw it. They're going to clean the Lamra, and he's going to take off from there, apparently. They're going to just clean up.
First they have to wipe all the blood off so we can see again.
Clean off his lens, and he takes. That's kind of cool. Like, no, we don't need to bring it back. Just launch it from there.
Look at Collier sitting in the driver's seat.
Aww.
Isn't he cute? Collier Hoback over there. Sitting in Big Bertha's driver's seat.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
He's only like 4, so it's extra cute.
And there's our drone.
I feel like I'm on a roller coaster or something.
Coming back in all hot and steamy there. Again, you can see wind starting to pick up. We do have a little bit of a storm moving in. They were debating on whether the rain was going to pass to the north of us or not, so we'll see if that plays out.
Do you think we should tie this canopy down?
Anybody? Down here? Oh, you do?
All right, I expect you to stand up and grab it.
Listen,
if it goes.
I see a lot of fans. We'll just have 2 of them hold on the corners.
They're a ways away.
I'll find 2 young children and be like, listen, you guys want a T-shirt? Here, sit here. Hold this. I'll give you a T-shirt.
So Matt and I put our canopy out in case we got a little bit of rain. If a monsoon comes, we're going to try and get inside the trailer, save the electronics.
Yeah.
But we put the canopy out in the case of, just a half amount of rain came. And but now the wind, we didn't truly factor for that.
Well, I mean, it's attached to the trailer. There's only 2 legs on the other side.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's obviously more secure than, say, Giant Easy Up, which we have several out there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those.
And it's kind of cool to see all the custom Easy Ups that are starting to slowly pop up. We remember at Dyersburg, we had a few of them. I see Shift RC has one. The Kings have one. It's kind of cool to see the custom Easy Ups out there.
All right, I believe we are ready to send it. Or rather, Brandon Davis is ready to send it.
I see that Can-Am starting to pull the line. Again, Brandon races this Can-Am in the stock class as well as the Cup Series. So it gets all kinds of double duty this weekend.
Is this the second season he's been doing that?
Or yeah.
Third.
Maybe third.
Oh! That was rough.
Yeah,
Sounds like it's a third season.
Yeah, something doesn't.
Oh, no.
Something doesn't sound quite right there. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Oh, my gosh.
You could just let Zach die.
Yeah. Again, you can see him having to back up and pull forward a little bit there.
Sounds a little better now.
It sounds much better. At the King of the Hammers this year, we watched a bunch of the 4400 cars take off. And they hadn't, you have all this nice cold fuel getting sprayed in a hot motor. And a lot of them, for the first couple hundred feet, sounded similar to that. And again, that might be the same problem. You have that cold fuel spraying in that hot motor.
Ooh. 50.371. That is a second place time now. He just moved Justin Mitchell down to third place. Justin had a 50.9. Brandon with a 50.3, and then Clint Garrison still had that top time with a 49. I stole your job, Matt. Would you like to give us a top 5 right now?
You're doing a great job there, Bree. You are crushing it right now.
So Matt actually has it all.
Yes, it's okay.
In order there, but pen and paper, man. Old habits die hard.
I agree. I agree.
I got it.
I agree.
Up to top 3 spaces, I have
it. Thanks. Yeah, Taylor says, of these 2, one of them works great. Thanks, Taylor. My work ethic is impeccable. Okay?
I just have to say, when the drivers come up and they want to see what their time is, they don't go over to the laptop.
You know what? That's true.
They come to the notebook.
They know. Trust me. I've had drivers be like, hey, is Bree around? I'm like, she left. Oh, I was going to get my time.
All they want is the notebook.
They do. Hey, I was going to ask her about it. Like, it's okay.
No.
I
don't know how many times I have pulled the notebook out after I've packed it all away, and somebody else comes up, and I'm just going to leave it here on the table.
Just as you get it packed away, they come walking up. Hey, Bree, you're like, it's fine. Do you get texts through the week too? Hey, what was my time again?
Every once in a while, yeah. I'll take picture and send it.
Just send it to them. Yeah. All right, we're going to cut to commercial. We'll be back right after these messages with the VIN class.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
All right, guys, we are back. We have our VIN class, also affectionately known as the beater class. And we've only got 4 drivers signed up for today. We've got Charles Crrs, Don Curtis, Justin Hoback, and Dan Carter. Don Curtis was our 2022 champion.
Season champion, yeah.
Yeah, for the VIN class. He only missed, one or two races, so he definitely had a very consistent season. And I don't think you could see a little bit right here behind me.
Got that Curtis Racing logo on there.
Yeah, is that new?
It is.
Was that there last year?
I talked to him. He upgraded to chrome ollie shafts in the front. Since it's behind me, I'll try to look at it. Upgraded to chrome ollie shafts in the front. That was one major change they made. Again, just to help with durability stuff. They're using like a CTM U-joint, which is a super durable U-joint. Running bone stock axle shafts in the rear, chrome ollies in the front. Which I kind of laughed. I said, years ago I had 40 spline, I had factory shafts in my 14 bolt, and I was telling Bubba Bacon, I was like, yeah, I upgrade to Kamali, maybe I got to go to a bigger size staff, and he's like, why? I was like, well, because I'm going to break these. He's like, no, you're not. He's like, I ran like stock shafts for like 3 years of mine before I upgraded. He's like, and the only time I upgraded is when I broke mine. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, we'll see. Sure enough, I ran them like 2 years before I broke them and upgraded Kamali. So I told him the same thing. I was like, listen, run these stock ones until you break them and then upgrade. And he's like, all right, yeah. So their axles came out of a like a military-style truck, so they're super heavy-duty. They're welded in the front. They have a Detroit lock on the rear.
Like a
so
Kaiser or something? Yeah,
it's just a heavy-duty, like one-ton Chevy pickup truck. But they have a Detroit locker in the rear with 456 gears, and then they're welded in the front. So, all right. I see Charles Crrs up there getting that VIN class ready.
So Don Curtis was our champion last season, like we mentioned, and then Colton Hoback was second place, and Charles Crrs. Those were our top 3 for the 2022 season in the VIN class. Matt mentioned earlier that last year was our inaugural season for both our VIN class and the UTV youth class.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun with both of those, so they're back again this season. So that does give us 6 classes that we are racing. 3 of them today, 3 of them tomorrow. We just finished our Hill 1 for the Rock Life UTV stock class. You guys are about to watch the VIN class, and then we will have our RCV Axle Unlimited class. That's Hill 1 for everybody. Then we will do Hill 2. Charles Crrs.
Again, running that red Cherokee.
Now, I'm not sure what the course is for our VIN class. Normally, last year anyway, we had them run typically what the stock class ran, but obviously that's not doable on hills like these. Clyde said they wouldn't fit through the trees.
Charles is absolutely sending it right now. They're going up a hill over to our left, going up and around, which is like the return course for the big bouncers.
I didn't even know that was over there.
And that's the return course for the big bouncers that climb when they climb the hill. That's the return course, and he is flying through there.
Good thing we've got Jack on the drone
yes.
out here today.
Again, going in, doing a little trail, and then dropping in from the top.
He's just trying to figure out where to go at this point. Charles, you're in Kentucky. Get down from there. I'm for real, dude. He had to go up so high he had to yawn to pop his
I'm
ears.
assuming the finish line is in the same spot, which looks like, well, no, maybe not. He's got, okay, it is. 74.659. That was Charles Criss, our first of the the VIN class for today. And we've got new for this season VIN entry, and this is Justin Hoback.
Yep.
My list got a little switched up here, but I'm interested to see.
Yeah.
This is
running
the
that Super
recovery vehicle / VIN racing vehicle.
This is a reigning champion right here. He just sitting back.
And that looks like a heavy-duty unit he has.
Heels off for him.
So Justin did race the blue 4-seater in the stock class, if you were watching that. See, are we waiting on Charles to?
Charles is next to us.
Oh, I can't see it.
Yeah, he's sitting on the other side of the trailer. And Charles Criss, part of High Octane Films.
Yes, normally we Charles is behind the camera catching the racing action, but last season he jumped in the driver's seat, and it's been fun to watch him race that Cherokee around the VIN class.
Today, I think he was absolutely sending it.
Justin Hoback.
So we are getting some course clarification for the drivers. Obviously, when you have a driver's meeting and it's this long of a course, you can't just see it all, and unless the drivers choose to go pre-run or walk it.
Yeah.
There's often some questions.
Y'all do that. He did it right, which is like the first time ever.
I hear the clock is hot. Justin's going to send it.
Again, he has a custom-built bed for that to hold, I'm guessing, a side-by-side. He also has a custom-built front bumper for that.
Them ain't blow asses, them cherry bombs. I know that sound anywhere. Bring out the wolf house. He left the cats on now.
Again, watching that big Super Duty plow through there. Okay. He's got all kinds of cool mods coming.
Yeah, apparently he's got a lot more plans for it. Went ahead and brought it out here this weekend anyway to break it in.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much, just slipping and sliding.
We got Charles Criss hop up in the booth with us. That red Cherokee was flying through here.
Yeah, faster than I can drive it.
That is awesome. I was like, man, he is absolutely sending that.
Yeah, and towards the finish line up there, you can't see like the finish line. You have to turn right, and there's a drop off.
Ooh!
And you gotta slow down just a touch there.
I said the crowd was definitely cheering you on as you came through it. Went by. The crowd was definitely showing their appreciation. Yeah. So,
all right, did Justin miss a turn? It looks like he went further down than.
Well, he's driving that school bus. He's got to make a 3-point.
Yeah. Again, right here's where the drop in you said was at?
No, it's coming up. See, towards the top of the hill here?
Yep.
When he starts turning right, there's a drop off on the left. You can't really see much. See? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, look over to the left here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, there's that finish line. I see checkered flags.
102.456.
Did you catch that?
That's a 102.456 for Justin Hoback. And Don Curtis is getting lined up at that starting gate now.
Again, Don made some upgrades for this season.
Charles, did you make any changes?
Well, I did a lot of fixing.
Yeah.
I mean, last year I just drug it out of the weeds and come and raced. So, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that needed to be fixed that I didn't have time to fix. So So I went through the whole front end and made it work the way it needs to work, and it's paid off because I can drive a little better now. But right now, just so slick.
So,
you just have to wish for the best almost.
Again, we've seen some guys cutting through that mud section on the side-by-sides, kind of missing, have to back up a couple times. And yeah, it looked pretty sloppy down there.
It's very sloppy.
What's your prediction for tomorrow?
I'm hoping it dries up a little bit.
Yeah?
Because, I mean, I don't like the dust here, but this is the muddiest I've ever seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, normally when we're here, I don't even remember the last time we had this much rain.
I wasn't here last year, but usually in the spring it's usually pretty good. But during the summer, you run a race, it's so dusty you can't see nothing.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting Justin in the recovery rig parked again, and then we'll get Don Curtis out on the course. I think he's having a little trouble maneuvering in this mud.
Yeah.
He's just sliding.
I see Dan Carter over there hopping in his Jeep.
Oh, yeah. We got
Again, our Cherokee. Cherokee got a good fan base. I have some. I love a Cherokee. You can't beat a Cherokee. They're just a lot of fun.
You can beat a Cherokee. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
All right, Don Curtis, our 2022 champion for the VIN class. Back yet again. Let's see how he does.
Again, also racing a full body truck out there.
Ooh.
Worked on, made some leaf spring adjustments. Went to a heavy-duty leaf spring on the rear.
Leaf spring adjustments.
He had bent both of the rear springs where the eye bolts were, so had to make some spring adjustments, get a new set of springs. So
I'm interested to see how he maneuvers through the woods, especially that turn up at the top.
Yes.
My leaf springs from last year, I got them. They were used several years ago, and they were just used out. They were just junk. Yeah, I need you on the.
All right, here you
go.
go.
I could have steered better if you was on the right side of it.
Get Don Chris flying through that uphill section up here.
Okay, now he took a. Oh no.
Oh no. Well, unfortunately, Don can't win them all.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense because Justin went down further before he turned right than Don did. But apparently, Clyde said they could go up and make this right turn anywhere they wanted that wasn't the UTV course.
Okay.
That's a tight spot right there.
It is. And he is wrapping that truck out.
Yeah. That's what I didn't want to do is get up there and not make it.
Yeah.
Because you can't back up hardly enough to get a run at it. Look at him.
No.
That back end's almost digging in there.
Yeah.
Come on, get up there.
Oh, no.
And people also don't realize how steep that is right there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not crazy steep, but the problem is you can't get a good run at it because there's nothing there.
That little bypass road there.
Turn and go. He might have been better off going down further like Justin did.
Yeah.
Because he's in a little bit of a jam now.
And even trying to turn around right there once you get jammed
up. All right,
up
there it is. He's going to take that other turn instead. Just move that tree. We didn't need that. There you go.
You can hear that motor just ripping through the woods.
Oh, yeah, got a little wood block.
Oh, yeah.
Straight onto the finish line. Love that drone footage.
I know. I love.
All right, we got a
135.930 or 20? Anybody catch that?
I think he said 920.
Don't worry, Don is not out. They got a whole other hill and the rest of the season. The man's committed.
Now this ought to be good.
Okay.
All right, that was a 920. 135.920 for Don Curtis. We've got Dan Carter out on the course now in the purple.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Is that the one that he raced at Wildcat last year?
No, that was Wyatt's.
That's right. It was Wyatt's. Because Wyatt was in with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that one blue?
Yeah, it's Wyatt blue.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a good time being up there again. Like I said, being up there with Wyatt and him, I think took turns driving it.
Yeah.
So that was always good to see.
Is that the only time Dan has raced the VIN class?
I think so. Him and Wyatt raced it together. They took turns driving.
At Wildcat, I think that was the only.
Didn't they cut the trophy too? Or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Again,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's again awesome to see those guys out there being wild and crazy and having fun. And again, they're absolutely having a blast doing that.
Dan and Wyatt by themselves are a blast. When you get them together, it's just insanity.
I got to hang out with Wyatt at an event last year sometime. We ended up spending like hours just riding around the side-by-side having fun. And I think it was for our charity event we did.
Look at him ripping through there.
Just ripping through. Again, you can have a lot of fun in a Cherokee.
Yeah. Yep.
I tell people, like, when they want to get into off-roading, I'm like, go buy a Cherokee. Spend $300, buy you a beater with a heater. Go out and wheel it for about 12 hours. At the end, you're either going to love it or hate it.
Yep.
But there's no in-between, so... I said, usually at the end, you're going to absolutely love it, have a good time, so.
Come on, Dan.
And you can do a lot with a Cherokee. You can go out, you put a lift kit, And again, the nice part of having a Cherokee versus, like, say, a JK, one you can spend $500 to $2,500, where one's $15,000 to $25,000.
Right. Yeah.
And then again, you can spend the same amount in lift and tires, so it just depends on what you want to do with it. But
if they made a Cherokee with an actual frame under it, they would be outrageously high.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. I couldn't hear that time, but we'll get it in just a second for you. Oh, he hasn't finished yet. He's stuck.
Oh, no.
I say he's on the other side of the hill we can't see, and then Don Curtis is back.
Is that him right up there?
And then Don Curtis is backing in behind us, so we can't see or hear.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Where did he go?
Jay Stort's a muffler.
Where did Dan go?
Gold Rush is here again, so we're gonna hear all kinds of stuff. The trailer rattles when he drives by.
There he is.
142 something. 248, I believe. 142 248. Okay, so we'll run through. That was our VIN class. Charles Chris coming first at 74.70 smoking time. Justin Holback came in second. Don Curtis came in third, and Dan Carter wrapping up our VIN class. Again, this is our second year running the VIN class, so we appreciate all those guys coming out and having a good time. Again, I know there's Dex Browder does a lot with the Cherokees. They have a shop. They have a lot of Cherokee parts. I'm on TikTok. I see them post a lot of videos. Dex does a great job of explaining stuff about the Cherokees. I teach a community college class, automotive class, and I've shown some of his videos that he makes on TikTok in my class, showing some cool stuff. So, again, appreciate those guys that help out. And again, the cool part is a lot of stuff he says is kind of common sense until you know it. You don't. So it's kind of neat to see that, and we appreciate those guys. I'm sure we'll see them hop in. I know they've done a little bit of Cherokee racing with us, so I'm sure they'll be hopping in later this season. It's always good to watch, especially if both of them are racing.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So. All right, we're going to cut to commercial. We'll be back right after these messages.
Make sure you're ready.
Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ. What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
All right, and we are back here in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. Again, we have the UTV Cup Series coming up next. We have a pretty good lineup. We have 19 UTV Cup drivers, unless we had any late entries.
Oh, we did. We've got more like 25 now.
Awesome. And then we had 20 Rock Bouncer drivers, so we have a ton in both classes, and I know we have at least probably one late entry for Rock Bouncers. Yes. So Taylor's making a good point. You'll see the lower third pop up on a lot of drivers. If we have your picture, we'll give you a lower third. If not, we'll talk about you. You'll still get a lower third. It just won't have your picture on there.
And if you're a late entry, you don't get your picture because those are done ahead of time.
Usually,
or your name.
Usually a lot in advance. I know Dylan from Deep Paths Photography did ours a few years ago, or we could send one in if we had a headshot. I know there's a few drivers. Yeah, a few drivers have headshots. I have a couple I've done from different events. So, that's awesome. I think that was for the park for Clyde staff.
No, the paperweight you're using.
Oh, that's my magnet for my phone. It holds on my phone. Yeah, it's handy. My cameraman this year at King of Hammers had one, and he literally stuck it on the side of his Jeep and then just stuck his phone to it, and I'm like, that is awesome. I need to get one of those.
That is pretty handy.
It's pretty snazzy. Yeah, here, stick it to the side of the trailer. Yes. It's super cool.
Oh my gosh.
See, I was waiting. Very impressive, huh?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
It's Mob Armor.
You learn something every day.
You can stick them on your toolbox, your fender. Yeah, Mob Armor.
Yeah, we have room for some sponsorship packages. Mob Armor, is that what you said?
Yeah, Mob Armor. I had to ask him. It was super fun. It was super cool. I played with it a little bit.
Well, there you go, guys. But welcome back. We are at Windrock. If you've missed everything up to this point, well, sucks for you. But you will be able to go back and watch it later, of course. We are at Windrock Park in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. We have done Hill 1 for our Rock Life stock class and our VIN class, and now we've got our RCV Axle Unlimited UTV class. This is still Hill 1 for everybody. Got about 25 drivers in this class. A very full class. Everyone's anxious to race. Our first race of the season, and everybody's ready to get out here.
Yes. Yeah. Jay Shaw is on the line there saying.
All right. James Cantrell still watching.
They were saying he had the fastest qualifying time at Hammers this year.
Oh.
Which I believe, because I did hear his name a lot this year on the mic.
In that?
I don't know if it was in that vehicle, but in the side-by-side class, I believe he was
all right.
A pole sitter. Well, he was pole sitter in a side-by-side, I believe, in one of the. They have, because of the gas series, the Great American Short Course, which is desert racing short course, as well as they had the B1 through B5 and the T1 through T5. Or B1 and through B4. Some of the buggy classes, B3 is side-by-sides. So for the desert,
wow, that's confusing.
It is. So you could take a side-by-side literally and race 4 different classes on 4 different days.
I felt better about that one.
Well, things are a little different out here at Windrock today than they were out in Johnson Valley, California. We have gone, Jay has gone, everybody that's at Hammers has gone from dusty desert environment to calf-deep mud.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's
hills.
And it's getting deeper, I think, as the day goes on. So
I think did he break?
Yeah.
He what?
Why don't we have more
What, Taylor?
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Okay. So he did have kind of a hard bounce right in the middle of the hill. I don't know if he broke something. We'll try and find out and see if he'll be back for Hill 2. That was Jay Shaw starting things off for our RCV Unlimited class. James said he was top qualifier in the 4,900 overall.
Okay. That is really, really hard to do. To be a 4,900 overall, that is really hard. You have to be smoking. Because that's 4,900 is the side-by-side class.
And how many of those race in that class
135
usually?
probably this year.
All right.
Clint Garrison out there.
All right, we already saw Clint racing in the stock class. A late entry for this one, too, so he must have not been able to make up his mind as to whether he was going to come or not. There's a pretty smooth corner.
I even said 427 racing, and somebody's like, "Good job, Matt." I was like,
"It only took 3 years."
Yeah, like about the time he stops racing, I'll have it down pat.
This buggy can never disappear because Matt finally just learned its name.
Well,
we need it to stay. 43.046, and Clinton did have the fastest time on Hill 1 in the stock class as well. This 43.0 is definitely, ooh, get that B. Get it. Just flick it. I got it.
I'm like trying to type. I look over and you're like, flick it, just flick it. Flick it.
The B landed on our table.
It's like Happy Gilmore. Step up against the great ball whacker guy.
What?
Happy Gilmore.
All right, this is Casey
Howe. That's a beautiful looking buggy he's got there. Again, you see a lot of new chassis coming out. Everybody gets them cleaned up and painted over winter. Oh, launching out there.
No, that same spot where Jay had trouble.
Again, I've seen a half dozen guys who got either new chassis from last year or painted.
There's like this whole big swap that goes on during the off season.
It is.
And somebody buys somebody else's, somebody builds something new. Half the drivers show up with a new rig.
Yeah, it is.
And then we spend a couple races trying to figure out
that's so
who they
it's built.
are.
It's built by this guy, but he sold to this guy, and now it's this name.
Yeah, it used to be this.
It used to be this. It was built by this fabrication company, but then this company redid it. .504 for Casey Howe. Good enough for second place. Again, we still have about 18 drivers to go. So
up to 3 drivers that we've had so far.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that purple.
I love that purple.
It's my signature color right there.
That is a sharp purple. Speaking of purple, Justin Wills has a new purple chassis.
Ooh.
It's the Modern Warfare 2 that's been cut apart and redone.
Oh.
And it's a really pretty purple, so I'm sure you'll see it run around. It's got some green panels that glow in the dark. Or they're not glow in the dark, they're reflective. They're reflective
Pulling
panels.
out all the stops.
Yeah. It's got little pink bolt protector inserts.
I think Ethan Martin's still the only one that I've seen with glow in the dark
yes.
powder coat.
Yes. He had it was
I could be mistaken.
Was
the
it
only one that I knew of.
Yeah.
Anyway. I'm not often around these vehicles in the dark to see them glow in the dark.
I have been a few times. We've done a few races, done a broadcasting for a few races for in the dark.
I would do a nice glitter coat
Yes.
myself, so
That's
it sparkles in the sun.
That's kind of what Justin
is. Doing a new chassis.
Justin's got some purple with little sparkle in there. He calls it a deep purple with some sparkle in there.
For digging deeper.
Speaking of which, have you seen the keychains?
I have not, but I see Colby Reich walking by out here. Speaking of
Yeah.
some of our drivers we haven't seen for a while, too. No, I have not seen the keychains, but I'm sure maybe we'll get Justin to bring some up and show us tomorrow. This is Robert Trainer out on the course. I met Robert at the drivers' meeting briefly, but fun fact, he's also from Murfreesboro.
Really?
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
You're like, me too.
No wonder I like his purple.
Yeah.
Buggy. And,
oh,
no.
Stop. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait. Okay.
Wow, stick the landing.
Hey, we might just have our first skinny pedal nominee.
That was a very articulate rollover. I think he broke a tie rod on that front passenger side tire. It didn't look his left front tire. I don't think is turning. They're checking it out to see exactly what he broke to see if he can keep going. So we're double checking. Again, you can see a few drivers running up to look at it. Nobody wants to touch it. Again, if you touch it in a helpful manner, then your driver will be DQ'd. So everybody kind of looking at it, inspecting to see if he's going to be able to complete the course or not.
Oh, there's a nice shot of how deep the mud is.
Yeah. Again, I think some of that will clean out when the bouncers start flying through.
Hopefully it doesn't come this direction.
Sean Keller, yes, you are hearing that correct. We can hear some chatter about Jack trying to find the drone. It did just hit a bush, and I believe it's stuck somewhere over near the mud. Oh, right there. Hey, there you go. That's great. It's a great shot. Yes, that's where it's stuck at. Yeah, I love that you can see us in the background.
We recognize that specific leaf right there.
That's awesome. Well, they have a feature. Some of the higher-end drone guys, they can hit a couple buttons, and it literally will upright itself if it's one of the more of the racing style.
Oh.
Yes.
That's interesting.
It is pretty.
Have like little arms that come out or something?
No. It's just the blades will spin. They can flip it over.
That's enough to flip it over.
It also the blades spin fast enough. If it's something small, it will literally just chop it up whatever it's near.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Like some of these guys are pretty legit. Really? That's nice. I didn't even think about that. So if the drone comes disconnected from the battery, the drone will still beep for up to 48 hours. That way, if you're walking through a field looking for your drone, because obviously if you unplug the battery, it's going to fall out of the sky. So these are more of a racing-style drone.
All right, Lee Blake is on the line. The drone has been recovered. Robert Trainer's off the course, and we are ready to rock and roll.
Robert Trainer's buggy. At first I thought it was Flair when he pulled in.
You thought it was what?
Thomas Lair.
Oh.
I was like...
I thought you said a Flair when he pulled in.
Lair, Thomas Lair. I thought it was... He drove by. We were up at the...
yeah, that's right. That's another
the cabin, and I drove by, and I was like, oh, look, it's Thomas Lair. And I was like, wait a minute, that's not Thomas Lair. I didn't see any gold.
Oh.
Man, that's like the perfect drift across there.
That was pretty good.
Again, this is Lee Blake. You can see how thick that mud is right there.
Oh man, that's the third time that there must be a rock or something right behind that tree that I can't see from over here.
There's a pretty good sized rut right there.
It's like grabbing that front right tire.
Yeah.
He does, yeah. Right rear flat.
Go, baby. Oh, man. Again, that rut, it's pretty gnarly right there. Yeah, it's getting dug out good. That's the downside to going. Oh, there we go. Woo! Again, that's the downside to going last on a day when it's really, really muddy. You never know what that course is going to look like by the end of the day. What's up, Papa Poe?
Crawling.
There we go.
Out top of the hill.
What was our time? 93.076. Again for Lee Blake. I see an orange buggy. I saw a glare as I was typing it in.
Is this Matt Buxton?
All right, we got Matt Buxton.
All right, it is.
All right, Wellsville representative right here, Matt Buxton. Matt Buxton, you don't know.
All right, you guys are watching Hillside Live, race number 1 for the 2023 NRRA season. We are at Winrock Park in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. Thanks for joining us today. Make sure you're watching on that Rock Racing TV Facebook page so that we can see your comments and answer questions and interact with you guys. That's where Matt and I are watching from. So if you're on one of the other pages, hop on over to that Rock Racing TV page. This is Matt Buxton out on the course now. You're watching our RCV Axle UTV Unlimited class. We've already had our Rock Life Stock class and VIN class. This is hill number 1 for everybody, and then we will do hill number 2 like usual.
Again, he's got a little bit smaller tire. Hopefully he can keep momentum going into that rut section. You know, having a little bit smaller tire could definitely hurt him here. Hopefully he can carry momentum and kind of ride the ruts versus falling in them. Again, kind of testing it out too. Plus, I think you're getting kind of high centered there as well. There might be some tree roots maybe. Again, trying to get that perfect line up. Again, it's hard to do when you're backing into 6 inches, 8 inches of mud. Again, you can see the Kings down there. They're definitely studying this run. He's saying no. Yeah, something. I see him shaking his head, so. Okay. I seen him pull up, and then I saw his head definitely shake for no, so. Again, I'm not sure. Not sure exactly what happened. Again, Clint Garrison sitting first, Casey House sitting second, and Lee Blake sitting third.
Vince Lowe says he's sitting in the pickup line at school to pick up his daughter, watching Hillside Live.
There we go.
That's a good use of your time.
That is awesome.
All right, we're getting Matt Buxton off the course. We've still got plenty of drivers to go here in our unlimited class. Trying to beat the, hopefully beat the rain that is apparently headed our way.
I've had 2 or 3 people message me and 2 or 3 people comment on live feed about, well.
Is there like a tornado coming or something? Okay.
Lots of.
So it sounds better than it was earlier. We will weather the storm.
Again, Curtis had to reach out and said, hey, what do you guys respond to comments? Comments are on the Rock Racing TV page, not the Rock Racing TV group, because there's 2 of them.
Right.
One has like 12,000 people in the group, and there's like 1 million plus people in Rock Racing TV Facebook page.
Yeah, it says like broadcast and entertainment page or something. If you just look at the names, it should be pretty clear. Tyler Bradley.
Again, Tyler Bradley's one of our OG racers.
And he's got something different this season. Oh, no. Is that the same? Did he just change the panels, or is it totally different? I can't tell.
I think it's different panels.
It looks like the same shape. Chelsea, the fastest time currently is Clint Garrison with a 43.0. Then Casey Howell with a 69.5. And Lee Blake with a 93. And then we've had 3 DNFs. Tyler Bradley's doing what he can with this hill right now. But, man, that mud is nasty. He's got a bit of a lack of momentum after having to back up a few times.
And again, once you get a bunch of mud on there, that hill just gets slicker and slicker. Oh. Yeah.
One thing you cannot see when you're strapped in is straight behind you.
We talked lots last year.
At all.
Last year at this course, we talked a lot about how trees will reach out and grab you here, which usually can be a bad thing. However, here at this course, it's kind of a good thing because once you start rolling down the hill, you want them to grab you. That's your friend.
Every once in a while, it works in your favor. If you are barrel rolling down a tall hill.
It is. And we mentioned that 4 or 5 times last year. And
fun fact, speaking of barrel rolling down these hills, that one right there.
Yeah.
With the race line flags on it.
Yeah.
That is where I got some serious whiplash and broke my dad's rib. Hitting a tree in the juggy.
And then last year, I mentioned that
10 years ago.
4 or 5 times in live feed, and then I had a barrel rolling down the hill.
And
so
then Matt barrel rolled, and
I was
coming in hot.
As I was rolling on the third roll, I was thinking, dude, where's the trees at? By that time, wham! I hit one. I was like, thank goodness.
I feel like I should have hit one by now.
Because you could see it would be dark to the right, dark to the top, dark to the left. Come on, get up there, Tyler. There we go. Carrying that momentum through, Mr. Tyler Bradley.
So it's like half new. All right, Zach went and found out. We were trying to figure out if this was a new chassis, just new panels, what, because it looks similar.
Yep.
But He said that he chopped the top half off and rebuilt that.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah, after he flew up the hill and landed right after the ruts. When he landed right after the ruts, it started sounding like something was kind of cutting out a little bit. Come on.
According to Zach, the carburetor's not carbon.
I don't think that's.
You don't think that's accurate?
I don't think that's.
I mean, Zach said it, so. Zach has a whole vocabulary for diagnosing issues out here. Oh, Merrill Hutchinson, I sure hope not. That doesn't sound good. And my car's parked under a tree.
What?
Well, there's not that many places to park out there. Be strong, tree. Be strong. All right, he's got 30 seconds left before he times out. It doesn't look promising for Tyler Bradley, unfortunately.
Which totally stinks, because, again, he had a great run going. Again, people can see in this picture here. People can see from this picture why it's hard to identify buggies sometimes, because you get covered in mud. They all look the same. Like, this tan buggy looks the same as that tan buggy. It looks the same as that tan buggy. Come on, Tyler. Sounds like he's trying to get it fired back up. You can hear it cranking over up there.
We've got some of recovery headed down. Looks like they're going to try and help him figure out. Well, we just got a little weather update, and apparently it's a lot better than it was.
Okay, good news. I know there was a bunch of guys this morning earlier down at our driver's meeting. Before our driver's meeting, we're all kind of comparing weather apps to see who had the most accurate, up-to-date. All right, looks like I got him going again. Again, he's got a little bit of time there to get finished. Hopefully he can...
I do believe that his time is up now. It's definitely been longer than 30 seconds. Unfortunately for Tyler Bradley, hopefully, whatever the issue is, it won't stop him from being able to do Hill 2.
Yeah. Sounds like it's doing okay now. Again, we haven't heard it really put under a big load. But
are we doing 3-minute time limits today?
Ooh, that does not sound good.
That's what we typically do. Sure. All right, looks like he's just trying to...
Yeah, get off the course.
Just turn around and get off the trail here. All right, we are doing 5-minute time limit today because of the extreme mud. Normally 3 is about what we do, but Clyde will always state that in the drivers' meetings. All right, so we're getting Tyler Bradley off the hill. You guys are watching our RCB Axle UTV Unlimited class. We're a handful of drivers in. I believe that was our 7th driver. We've got a lot still to go. We had a big class today.
Huge.
Both UTV Unlimited and our bouncer class tomorrow is really big as well. Everybody's anxious to get back to racing after sitting around for the winter.
I think I hear Cooper Bentley on the line. Again, Cooper also upgraded to a big bouncer.
Yeah, we're going to see Cooper racing tomorrow.
And I don't know. Again. Whoa.
Ah!
Our banner.
Banner's trying to get me.
Banner. Again, Cooper Bentley running the a reject fab chassis, originally built. Again, used to be called the Money Shot. Then was purchased by Jerry Rick. Come on. Oh, there we go. Back on his wheels. Again, that's definitely going to be a skinny pedal guy there.
We're getting a couple nominees built up now.
This is the CATech race again this weekend. CA Technologies makes a lot of suspension components that are fabricated in-house for side-by-sides. They also come with a lifetime warranty, so make sure to go check the CA Technology page out. They make some pretty cool stuff that's super durable. Again, a few of the side-by-side drivers out there checking the buggy out, making sure it's okay. I think they're also checking to make sure he's okay, too.
So I looked away for just a second because this banner was flying around over here. And I only caught the second half. But luckily, we have this thing called instant replay. Let's check it out. All right.
Okay. Kind of hitting that rut second. You can see him throw to that.
Those ruts, man.
Follow that right side. And he tried to backpedal out of it and didn't quite get there.
That was probably a hard slap there.
Those slaps are extremely hard. Again, gives you like a whiplash.
But at least he landed on his tires and not like his lid.
That's true.
He rolled on his lid.
Yeah.
A little suspension to soak it up is always a good thing.
Yeah. I like this teal buggy pulling around.
Matt is always checking out everything teal.
It is.
And all the purple catches my eye. Purple and teal go well together.
They do. They do.
If we ever get like an old Jeep to race Ben class or something, we'll paint it like white and purple and teal.
You and
I will race it.
I have one. We just need somebody to haul it here for us. Or find somebody to haul it to races for us.
That's always a problem. I drive a Mazda sedan, so I'm not hauling anything myself.
I did pick up a side-by-side, thanks to Mr. Taylor back there. I did recently pick up a side-by-side to come and bring to races. So I was teasing with him. It's a stock 800.
Like it's yours, or you brought it for someone?
I bought it for me.
Oh, nice.
I did bought it about a month ago. Taylor found a.
So when I walked all the way back to my car earlier, what you're saying is you had a vehicle over here.
I didn't bring it to this race.
Oh, Matt. All right, we had 2 new drivers on the list by Cooper Bentley's, and I'm not sure which one this is. We'll find out for you guys. This is Jason Mills on the course. Oh, whoa.
Come on! So I thought for sure he was going back to his wheels.
Oh, that was a hard smack too. Taylor, you got that instant replay for us? All right, we'll watch that as soon as you get it ready. We always want to point out, obviously, our recovery. A huge shout out and thank you as always. They're in the yellow vest, and if you see somebody else running up there, it's drivers and they're in their fire suits. So just we like to point that out so you don't think it's just any old somebody running up onto our course. These are drivers that want to, help out, of course, and it's usually their friend that's out there, and so they're running over to give a hand. So just to make that clear for everybody.
And side-by-sides usually are light enough where you get 2 or 3 guys, you can flip them back over onto their wheels. Now, this is without mud, and it looks like you can see him kind of getting them up. I don't know if you had a tire that dug into the ground or what. They're trying to get maybe a tire put back on.
We're about to get that replay pulled up, and we'll be able to watch that play back.
Again, you can see him kind of get a little squirrely again when you get that much wet and slop. Again, a lot of guys are trying to take that far left side, and then it's bringing them back into the ruts. And then
that was a hard landing on that.
That was. And they had some issues with that front left corner, that front driver's side corner had some issues trying to set it. Looks like he broke an upper A-arm maybe. Not quite sure.
I'm not surprised. We had Tanner Edmonds online saying, let's get it, Jason Mills. Where are you from, Tanner? All right, DC Thompson is on the line. There's a name that we know well.
There is a name we know well.
DC finished 4th place overall last season in our UTV Unlimited class.
And had a ton of podiums last year. He was on the podium pretty consistently last year. This is a new chassis he built. He brought it out. He finished it right before Wildcat last year. Oh, no, come on.
No. Deja vu. What is happening?
Almost the exact same rollover.
What does Eric Hagen have there?
I was just going to be like, hey, bro, what's up? I think that's a taco burrito. Burrito looks good. Smells amazing. DC Thompson, again, almost the exact same thing.
What is happening?
As Jason Mills. Again, you hate to see that for DC. DC had, again, a great smoke and run going. That's a new chassis he built last year, about halfway through the year. Okay, we got a replay we're going to be able to throw to here real quick. Again, you can see guys try to take the high side to stay out of the ruts, but it's bringing them back down into the rut when then it just catches. Looks like there's some tree roots, some other stuff there. Rolls them over. Again, landed almost the exact same spot that Jason Mills did. Luckily, he was able to get it recovered quickly. Again, hopefully nothing's broken. He can drive it out there in race course 2, but the good news is with a side-by-side, usually somebody here has parts.
Casey Cash has not run yet.
He
should be
in the starting gate
on the line. Yep.
Yeah, I seen him driving around a minute ago.
Yeah, good to have Cash back with us again this season. Cash back. Yeah.
Cash back. Wow.
I said it and I was like, that sounds familiar. Cash
little
back.
JG Wentworth. JG Wentworth. 877 Cash now.
So Cash was focusing on Matthew Holt. You and your Mountain Dew. A Mountain Dew commercial over here.
It's or either one, or Red Bull.
On his short course racing last season at MAO, and he's still doing that this year. But we're glad to have him back joining us for a few races with the NRRA as well.
I feel like it's getting really dark.
It is. I just thought that these lights are getting brighter and brighter. It's just getting dark outside.
We have two 10 million watt lights in our trailer.
They're very, very bright.
They are really, really bright. So if you see us squinting, that's why.
All right. Let's get it, Cash.
Getting watched. Whoa, getting squirrely there.
Perfect. He watched all those other guys that just went in front, and he said, all right, I know exactly what not to do now. And he just laid down a smoking fast time.
Wow.
36.688. You know, the crazy thing is, Cash is the youngest racer out here, minus our youth class.
He is absolutely flying.
What is he? Is he 15 now?
Getting
14?
close. Yeah. Just turned 15.
Something like that. Of course, he's been racing longer than some of the adults have, even though he's only 14 or 15. But Cash just absolutely smoked this course at 36.6. Our next fastest time is Clint Garrison with a 43. Then we've got Casey Howell with a 69 and Lee Blake with a 93. And everybody else is a DNF. I guess Cash learned a thing or two last year during his off season from the NRRA. Matt, what are you doing?
Trying to get Taylor's attention.
All right, I think that's Will Bell on the starting line. Jackie said he's 14. 14 going on 35. I believe that, Jackie. He probably thinks he's been a grown man for about 3 years now, huh?
Yeah, he does. 13 going on 30. This is Will Bell sitting there with that beautiful teal. Something doesn't sound right there. Something is definitely broken.
Yeah, his tire
rim,
just came
yeah.
off. That's what happened.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's just spraying the crowd and camera crew. Broke a rim completely in half, and that sound that I heard was the rim clanking around the axle.
On the axle. That's
yeah.
When did that even happen?
It must
Did he hit a rock up there?
Again, that was Will Bell coming in hot.
Hey, but let's just pretend that he would have whooped if he wouldn't have broke. Great job. Good job. That's fair.
Again, hopefully he's got a spare rim.
All right. Well, that
Get that changed.
Sure, that's a
and
bummer for him.
There's at least 2 seconds
I haven't seen that in a while.
before he got done.
do you think it's Justin Mitchell pulling the line? Vince said he learned not to sneak around behind Dad's back. He borrowed his dad's side-by-side at a race and then wrecked it. So he had to call his dad and explain that, hey, Dad, by the way, I borrowed it, and then I wrecked it.
The hard lessons of being a teenager.
Yeah.
All right, this is Justin Mitchell now. Justin raced in the stock class as well. Another one of our new drivers for the weekend. In one of the few full body, let's see, Brandon's in a Can-Am. How many others do we have?
Yeah, again, made that quick little edge there.
How many other Can-Ams do we have in the stock class?
We got a few probably. I think 2. We have 2 Can-Ams today.
Yeah, I think it's just the 2. 41.330.
Wow. Smoking time. Good enough for second place.
That was Justin Mitchell. So Cash in the lead with a 36.6 and Justin with a 41.3 and then Clint Garrison with a 43.0. We are about halfway through Hill 1 for the RCB Axle Unlimited UTV class.
Really, we're like halfway done. I feel like we've been doing this for like an hour.
Speaking of Can-Ams, we got Brandon Davis on the line.
Cheryl's husband.
Cheryl asked a really important question in our drivers and staff group, and that was, what is the code to the bathhouse? I appreciated her asking that. I was like, it's a really, really good question.
They wrote it on my sheet when I checked in this morning.
Ho-ho! Brandon's getting it right in.
There's a stump right in the middle. Do you see that?
There is, right where his right tire. Yeah.
That must be what he clipped when he came in hot.
Oh, man. And it just threw him over there. Well, Brandon was 3rd overall last season in the Unlimited class. Let's see what he can do this season. We call him Mr. Consistency or Captain Consistency. He, it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek nickname because he so often winds up on that 3rd place podium.
It really is.
Like so often that it's...
And when he gets second...
He's joked before when he does get second, he's like, I'm just going to go back over here to 3rd because this doesn't feel right.
Yeah, he's like, I don't feel comfortable here. Oh, come on.
Oh, man. Not again.
And I've even seen him make a joke when somebody else takes it the 3rd place. He's like, hey, it's my spot.
Yeah. And then he came in third for the whole season last year for this class.
There we go.
Oh,
Perfect job.
It.
Again, just trying to get past those big ruts there with Brandon Davis. Out the top he goes. Making quick work of that top half section. .940. Had a little trouble on that first uphill. Wow, it is getting dark out here. It really is.
I feel like we have the sun glaring in our faces right now. Brian Smith, is that the Vandal buggy? Yep, there it is. Oh!
He is getting it.
That was a rough little bobble at the bottom of the hill too, but I think he's just going fast enough. He blasted right over it.
I think you're right. Oh! Whoa!
Nice.
I think you're 100% right, Bree. I think he's going so fast it just didn't matter.
He probably felt it in his neck, or he will tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, it worked. He's got a good time going right now. That was a really good run.
Ooh.
3:7.426. Not fast enough to dethrone Cash from that first spot, but good enough for second place currently.
Just squeaked in right behind him with 36 to 37.
That pushes Justin Mitchell with a 41 down to third place currently. We've had a lot of DNF. We have about half DNF and half finishing right now.
We have had 14 racers, 7 have times, 7 have DNFs.
Oh, well, look at that. Called it.
Yep.
This looks like Derek Schaefer.
Derek Schaefer.
He did.
I think this is DC's old rig. At least looks like it.
DC's chassis always have that distinctive shape to them. They got they're round and then they just get this little snub nose.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. And he did so well with them. He raced it for quite a while, so we saw that thing just absolutely take a thrashing from him.
Oh, cutting it wide.
Man.
Getting lined up. Let's see if that rut causes any problems. Nope, right over it.
Again, kept momentum going through.
He's going to have a pretty good time, too.
41, I'm guessing.
I feel like they're getting faster and faster.
40.222. That was for Derek Schaefer. 40.222.
Third place time. Cash LeCroy with that 36.6 is still the one to catch. But then we've got Brian Smith with a 37 and Derek Schaefer now with a 40.2.
Colton came on the radio and said, hey, we had a flag got knocked down because it sprayed it with mud. There's so much mud. He goes, we can put it back up if you want, but it's not going to stay up. He said, just leave it down. It's fine.
There's like 10 pounds of mud on that flag now.
And it's on the outside corner, so nobody's going outside that way. Is that Wade?
Look at Wade riding a pit bike through this mud.
He's on like a PC 35 rolling through the pits right now. Just giving her all she got.
Taylor. Is this Dylan? What's he driving? Oh, yes, thank you. So helpful. Dylan Dowler, he also raced in the stock class just a little while ago.
It got hung up.
And what's he doing up there?
It is dark. It's getting dark out here, even though it's only 1:50.
It looks like 4 o'clock out here.
It does. I was just thinking that.
5 o'clock. All right. What? Is he stuck? That's the wrong way down the hill, Dylan.
Yeah. I don't like the looks of that.
I have no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't like the looks of it. But I guess it's coming out okay. I don't know if he broke something in the steering, maybe? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Front driver wheels, definitely.
That, is that his axle?
I think it's the tie rod for the front driver's side.
Because
that tire
they were going together. I can't tell in this mud.
Yeah, you can see it hanging down.
Yeah. Tie rod.
You could see one tire was definitely turned way, way farther than the other one.
That's a bummer.
More than it should be, let's put it that way.
They were in a disagreement with each other?
They were not in agreement. I love seeing the wraps guys come up with in the offseason. It's always so cool to see all the new graphics packages, the liveries, if you will, if you're a Formula 1 fan. I have a new one. It comes up tomorrow. I'm pretty excited.
Your wrap? Oh.
I didn't even put it on before I brought it here. I left it completely off the buggy. I wanted to be like,
you gotta go put it on tonight?
Like, made some new panels because each year I take.
Of course you do.
I take my panels from the previous year.
Wow, that is really bright. Now.
It is. I think you can see how dark it is behind us now. I take the panels off from the previous year, make new panels, have them rewrapped with new logos, new background.
Oh,
kind
so
of change them up so it takes like 2 seconds.
Bolt your panels on. I gotcha.
We have 1/4-inch nuts welded in all the panels on the backside, so literally I have a DeWalt clips in with a 1/4-inch bit. I can literally just take, I can disassemble my entire buggy in like 3 minutes. I love it. It's awesome. We made a hood.
There are multiple ways to do that.
Yes. Yeah.
On purpose?
Yes,
on
purpose. I also added a hood this year, which tomorrow when you see my livery, you'll know why. It looks pretty slick.
Does it have your face on it?
No, my side panel has my face on it.
Okay.
But that sticker's separate. That way, if it gets defiled, I can change it out.
That's probably smart.
Oh yeah, people are pretty ornery.
When Zach's around, you never know.
I've had a mustache. I've had him draw my mohawk taller, in different colors.
All right, this is Ryan Edwards out on the course. We've still got about 7 or 8 drivers to go, and then that will conclude Hill 1 for our RCV Axle Unlimited class.
It's so funny. That's all right, we have a dozen more to go, and that's half of our day.
Yeah, and then we're going to do it all again.
Yeah. Go, baby, go. Good, smooth landing. He has a smooth run going. That'll be a quick time for Ryan Edwards.
.377. Not bad.
That's good enough for 5th place.
Yes, I can. All right, we've got Cody Kaysen on the line. Cody raced with us in the stock class last season.
Yes.
And won. He won overall last year in the stock class, and now he has jumped into the unlimited class with his brother Clay for this season. They both have new chassis, new vehicles for the season.
And
looks pretty sharp.
Both are very impressive drivers. Woohoo!
It's going to be fun to watch that brotherly rivalry because Clay finished 2nd overall for the unlimited class last year, and Cody finished 1st for the stock class. Now they're both in the unlimited class.
It looked like Cody just kind of threw his hands up there for a second.
Well, maybe I spoke a little bit too soon. Helmet's off.
I see him throw his hands up. I don't know if he had a steering issue.
You know what? When it's the first race of the season and
Yeah.
you're in a new buggy, you got to work some kinks out. It happens. I feel like that was the whole first year after we built the Avenger.
It really is. I think he's having to have a steering issue because as he was bouncing up that hill, it threw him real far to the left side, and typically that's not something you're going to see of a veteran driver. Again, this is a guy who won the stock class last year, won 1st place overall for the championship. So when you have a driver that's that good, you don't typically see silly mistakes. So there must be some type of issue. Again, after he backed downhill, we kind of saw the hands come out of the cage, kind of threw his hands up. So Again, hate to see him get a DNF, although it's like our 8th DNF. So you hate to see that for him, but again, the course has been kind of brutal today. We've seen that rut about 3/4 of the way up that hill is definitely.
Well, it started out with the stock class, wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
And then we started running unlimited, and let's just say the skinny pedal nominees grew quickly. Speaking of, we got Jonathan Shepard watching.
Just gonna say, yeah. Speaking of skinny pedal fab.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, but in case you guys missed it, Jonathan has generously offered to partner with us again this season on that Skinny Pedal Award. So we will be doing like we did last year, and we'll kind of keep track of those wild runs that happen during each race and then give you guys a chance to vote on them, and they will get what I'm sure will be another awesome trophy from Jonathan. So I had a lot of fun with the Skinny Pedal Award last year, and coming up with the nominees and watching the compilation videos. We need to stick them all together into a compilation, like a highlight reel from all of the wild skinny pedal moments from last season.
Put all our nominees together.
That would be a good one.
That'd be a great 20-minute video you could probably watch.
We need to do that.
And it's cool because
I say we, but I don't do that kind of stuff.
It's kind of cool just to watch all the crashes together, you know.
Everybody likes a good highlight reel.
I see umbrellas coming out and race suits, and it looks like we're moving a camera maybe. So I see that.
It just got so dark. All right, well, we skipped a few drivers, and we're going right on down to Clay Kaysen. Got a little bit out of order here. You know, it's because Garion's not here.
Yeah, yep.
Keeping everybody straight.
She can do that. She used to deal with Clyde, keeping the Bynums in line, which is a hard thing to do. Again, loving the new wraps I've seen out there. Ooh!
Oh. Well, like I mentioned, Clay finished second overall in this class last season, right behind Timmy. So it's going to be interesting to see how the season shakes out with both the Kaysen brothers in our unlimited class. And, of course, lots of very talented drivers. We've got a full roster.
I was watching that rear rim to see if he bent it at all, but it looks like he did. Looks like he didn't bend the rim or tear up that trailing arm at all. So
42.276. Not a bad time. I believe that's fourth place.
Fifth place, I believe.
Fifth place. Matt, give us a top 5 rundown.
Sure, top 5 rundown. Cash LaCroix with that 36. He set a smoking time. Brian Smith coming right behind with that 37. Derek Schaefer with a 40. Justin Mitchell with a 41. And Clay Kaysen coming in with that 42 again. That's your top 5. There's in a pretty tight area there. Next 5 will get a little more gapped, and then we have a big jump that last, looks like 8 drivers of DNF. So. Now, and we still have like 6 or 7 drivers to go still.
Well, we've got Nathan King, I believe. Yep, there he is, pulled up to the starting line.
Okay.
And then we've got Madison.
Which are definitely going to chop down that top 3.
You know what was fun? I have here I did top 5 for all the classes from last season to be able to reference, but I had to do top 6 for this class because Nathan King finished 5th place overall last season in the Cup class with 709 points, and his sister Madison King finished 6th place overall last season with 708 points. 1 point difference between the brother and sister duo here in the unlimited class for last season.
1 point difference.
Yeah, that was I couldn't pass up on pointing that out. So.
And he held that over her all year. Like, well, I mean, I did beat you, Even though there's only 1 point difference. And again, I don't think people realize how that's 1 point difference over an entire season.
Over the whole season, yes.
That's, what, 1,200, 1,200 points possible. 1,100 points possible, and there's 1 point difference between you guys, which is insane. There we go.
42.925. That was Nathan King. We didn't get to hear the horn.
We didn't. But he did have a cool new light on there.
There you go, guys.
I love it. Yeah,
Oh,
copyrighted. Dan Carter. He's pretty iconic in that pink rig.
Old Pinky. Can I call it that?
And his other rig was purple. His Cherokee was purple, so.
That's right. Dan's not afraid to be in touch with this.
He is not.
Feminine side.
Yeah, he is not.
Maybe it's Jody picking out the paint colors.
Jody might have helped him there. She's like, this is pretty. He's like, all right, whatever. I could hear him saying that too. All right, whatever.
Get it, Dan. Nice.
Get up there, Dan. Again, making smooth work of that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
It's all right. It's all right. Oh, that's not all right. Oh.
And had such a great run going.
Hey, you know what? At least he stopped right there.
Yes.
No rolling back down the hill. Shouldn't be a difficult recovery or any breakage going on, so could be worse.
Man. All right. I'm getting word we might have a replay coming too. Again, it looks like I'm squinting.
We need
but
some
I promise.
diffusers on
yeah.
these lights. Yeah. Welcome to the tanning bed.
All right. Here's the replay of Dan Carter. Again, smooth work. Had a great run going.
It just kind of laid right over.
Came in that corner just a little bit hot and tipped on over. Bro, are you okay?
Hey, watch that mud, though. Dirty.
All right.
Is this?
Yeah.
Oh, put it a little closer. There you go.
Got it?
What's up, buddy?
What's up? All right, so we didn't see you much, or I haven't seen you much. You weren't.
Yeah, I thought I forgot how to drive for a second.
Yeah.
I really did.
I think you figured it out again then, because you've had the fastest time since your run. Nobody's even got. Well, we did have a 37. He got pretty close. But.
He got pretty close. He got scared me.
It scared you?
A little bit.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to in the off season, and even last season? Because we didn't see you that. We didn't see
Just
you much.
working and working and working, trying to get the short course car ready.
Yeah.
All right.
You're racing short course again this year?
I am. We're going to be chasing the points in it too.
What class are you going to race?
Pro Turbo.
Pro Turbo.
Are you like cracking the whip on everybody? Are you in there with wrenching and?
No, I'm the only one that does anything.
The only one that does anything.
Pretty much.
I believe it.
My father's working.
Yeah.
We haven't learned.
How dare he?
We haven't learned all the other people how to work on them.
Yeah.
That's just me. But they do help a little bit.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, good help's
Try
hard
to.
to find these days.
They'll sweep the floors.
They'll sweep the floors. Okay, so what are you doing? You're building a whole new short course car?
No, it's the same car. Changing a bunch of stuff up, though. Have a different motor.
Okay, more power?
DW Performance. He's got my new motor. He should be pretty bad.
Okay.
And it's going to be faster than last year's. Different tire.
What tire?
I don't know if I'm going to run it yet, but it's a Max's SC1.
Okay.
It's a 27 compared to what I've been running, 29. So it should be a lot different. So I don't know if I like it or not, but
So you'll spool up a little faster probably?
That it goes up fast. It gets hole shots.
Yeah?
It does.
Yeah.
That thing's fast.
Give us a rundown on how last season went for you doing the short course stuff.
It was really a lot of learning. I sucked most of the time. But
I did hear your nickname.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Crash, LaCroix.
I heard that at Visions.
That's horrible.
Well, you know what? We had some learning experiences last year, right?
A little bit, and I think we got it figured out this year, though.
Yeah?
So we're going to go in. Oh! Hey, you sucked, and I beat you.
I know I did. I can't help it. I know.
Hey, you're sitting fifth right now. Fifth.
Oh, dear. I gotta
What
put this
happened to
right.
Cody?
Broke a steering shaft.
Broke
Steering
a steering
shaft.
shaft.
How do you do that?
When you can't afford hydro steer like all you big dogs, you got to run old school stuff.
We've been saving up for years on that car. It's been like 8 years old.
I hear they're
You
saying
would've smoked me,
we're going to
though.
go right back into stock after
Yes.
this.
Okay.
We'll probably throw to a commercial,
For
I'm going to
sure.
guess, and then after that we'll go right back into stock.
Cash, are you going to race next weekend?
Okay.
Or is
At
there,
Disney?
Yeah.
No. I
don't
even have my motor in for the short course car, and it's got to be ready in 2 weeks.
That one's the weekend after Disney.
I think it's the weekend before.
That's when the MAO starts.
Let me tell you.
Mid-America's the week after Disney.
I think it's the
for
week
sure.
after.
And
Disney's the 11th.
Mid-America's the 18th.
Yeah, 19th, yeah. At J. Oklahoma.
How many races are in the season?
7. But we're going to do Crandon at Champ Off-Road, their fall Crandon.
Yeah.
So we're going to give that a whirl.
I've always wanted to go up there, Crandon.
So have I.
I
guess we're going to race it.
My family is originally
crazy.
all from Wisconsin, and actually my dad has a cousin that races.
I'm straight
which
from
class,
Alabama.
But he races at Crandon. So one of these days, we might make it up there.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
That's like September or something?
Yes, the 1st of September, I think.
All right, guys.
Madison King is going to be our last unlimited.
They've got Dan back on all fours. We will get him off the course shortly, and then Madison King is going to wrap up our RCV Axle Unlimited class, and we will go back into our Rock Life Off-Road Stock class very shortly after that for Hill 2 because it's getting really dark and a little sketchy looking out here.
It's super dark.
And it is.
And I'm getting blinded by these lights.
On the live feed, you can definitely see it's a little bit brighter.
I can't even see the screen right here because the lights are
Our
so
lights
bright.
are a little bright,
You get used to it after.
I'm sure y'all are a little bit more used to it.
Just burn your corneas out. And then
we have to have bright light. Otherwise, during the daytime, it looks like we just like an outline of a person.
We look like we're like FBI witness protection.
It makes us look good, though, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
We all looking sexy.
Looking sexy.
Some little kids over there.
Uh-oh.
All right, Madison King coming off the line.
Look at that neon pink just glowing out here.
It is. You definitely sticks out.
Cash, we had to point out earlier that for last season, Nathan King finished 5th overall with
he was on it.
709 points, and Madison finished 6th with 708 points. They only had 1 point different from the
that's
whole
crazy.
season for those
But Nathan's on it this year. He smacked that tree, but he was going.
Ooh, Madison getting a little squirrely there.
It's hard to turn in this mud.
How about how we saw like 3 of the exact same rollovers in a row on this hill?
I know it, and that was right before I went. So it was a little sketchy.
Oh, no.
Come on. Reverse.
Nice.
Oh, she caught it. Wow.
Woo-woo.
That was impressive.
The race line's banner is getting a little saggy.
It is. It is.
Mud is heavy.
Yeah, our race line is definitely seeing better days today.
My dad's over there wiping all the mud off my car with his hand.
Oh, that's a good dad.
Come on, get up there. Oh, right there. She's right there.
That's like the most.
There we go. Out the top. Woo.
The most frustrating place to be.
It is.
I didn't know what to do on that hill. I just hit it pretty wide open.
Well, whatever you did worked, Cash.
She's only got rear-wheel drive right now.
When you're right on the edge and you're giving it all you got, and you know if you back up, you might ruin the whole thing, but you're just not. That's a frustrating place to be. There it is.
There we go.
Oh.
That section right there is sketchy. That off camera.
Is it off camera?
It's way off camera from what it looks like. She's
that's where we just saw Dan just kind of tip right over.
That was fixing to be me.
Corner.
I was a little scared.
115.212 for Madison King. Unless I'm mistaken, that wraps up Hill 1 for the Unlimited class.
Cash LaCroix coming in that first spot. Brian Smith coming right behind it. Derek Schaefer coming in 3rd. Justin Mitchell coming in 4th. Clay Cason coming in 5th. Ryan Edwards coming in 6th. Nathan King coming in 7th. Clint Garrison coming in 8th. Casey Howe coming in 9th. Brandon Davis coming in 10th. Blake Lee 11th. Madison King just squeaking out that 12th place spot, and then we had about 10 DNFs. Again, we're going to go ahead and shut down the live feed, and we'll come right back. This is the first half of day 1 of our season opener here at the National Rock Racing Association. You're watching Rock Racing TV. We're going to go ahead and shut down the live feed. We'll restart, and we'll be back with Course 2.